Hi, fifth graders. We are going to go over our answers for comparing text number 2 that you did yesterday. And this is the assignment using race and the one that talks about butterflies. So just a quick overview of race. We always need to use this when we're citing evidence, but I saw some of you that used it even when it didn't ask you to cite evidence, and I loved that. You guys did much better this round than you did the first time that we did this assignment. So the R stands for restate. You must restate the question. A stands for answer. You must answer the question in your own words. C stands for cite evidence. You must cite evidence using quotation marks. E stands for explain how evidence supports your answer. You must explain how the evidence supports your answer using this evidence supports my answer because, or this proves that, or any of the other sentence stems that you work best for you. So let's just look at a couple questions, and here's some answers that I want to use as examples. So in passage 1, butterflies in the wild, what is the purpose of the markings and spikes on a caterpillar? Cite evidence, you must use race. So here's an example of someone who used race and they cited evidence. And I've highlighted the different colors to show the restate, the answer, the cite evidence, and the blue for explaining. In passage 1, the purpose of the markings and spikes on a caterpillar are to discourage a predator from eating them. According to the text, many caterpillars have strange markings and sharp thorn-like spikes which help deter predators looking to eat them. This proves my point because deter means to discourage or to prevent from happening. This is a great example of using race. Restated, answered, cited, and explained. Here's another example. In passage number 2, raising butterflies, why is it best to release the butterflies? Cite evidence and use race. This person did a very long one and I loved it. It was very thorough. It is best to release the butterflies because a butterfly should be able to go outside, lay their eggs, and restart the butterfly cycle again. According to the text, although they can live in captivity, not in the wild, it is best for the butterflies into the wild a few days before they emerge. This way they can continue the butterfly cycle and lay more eggs. This shows that if people didn't release the butterflies into the wild, the butterflies would just end up dying from old age in their home, and they won't be able to lay more eggs and make more butterflies. The butterfly population would end up falling down if we didn't let the butterflies make more of themselves. That is a great example of race. What is your opinion about butterflies? Explain in 3 or more sentences. Now, the reason I am showing you this is because a lot of you did great at answering race. However, when some of you got to this question, you explained your opinion about butterflies, but you didn't use 3 or more sentences. When it says explain in 3 or more, that means you need to use a minimum of 3 sentences. So here's someone who used more than 3 sentences. This is what I'm looking for, and this is my expectation for you as 5th graders at this time in the school year. My opinion on butterflies is that they are beautiful, fascinating, and stunning creatures. They have an interesting life cycle. The spikes and markings on the caterpillars are a very interesting method of defense. I know that the monarch butterfly migrates. I think that the fact that the small creatures can migrate thousands of miles, that is extraordinary. That is 3 or more sentences, and that's showing their opinion. This person did a great job of following the directions. So if you're not sure if you explained in 3 or more sentences, I would highly suggest that you go and redo it. You'll have a chance to do that today for your reading assignment and explain in 3, minimum of 3 sentences, and you can always do more. So how are both of these passages the same? Explain 2 ways. Now I'm going to show you this next one because a lot of you always ask me, how do I get a 4 on an assignment? Here's how you can get a 4 on an assignment. This person went above and beyond. This question did not ask them to cite evidence. However, they did, and they used race. And not only did they cite evidence, I believe they cited more than one piece of evidence. Yeah, so let's look at an example of a 4. The 2 passages are the same because they are both talking about butterflies. According to passage 1, being a wild butterfly would be an adventurous and amazing experience. This tells you that they are talking about butterflies. Passage 2 says many elementary classrooms raise butterflies to demonstrate life cycles to children. This also tells you that this passage will be talking about butterflies. The second way that these are both similar is that they are both talking about the butterfly life cycle. Passage 1 says, scientists have long studied the life cycle of butterflies, and have found a great deal about these stunning insects. This shows that Passage 1 will be talking about the life cycle of butterflies. According to Passage 2, many elementary classrooms raise butterflies to demonstrate life cycles to children. This shows that Passage 2 talks about the life cycle of a butterfly. All these pieces of evidence shows that these two passages are the same. That is a great example of a 4. They use 2 pieces of evidence for each one and a total of 4, and that is a great example of a 4. So what you guys can do today is you can go and redo yours if you want to get a grade higher than a 3. Maybe you want to shoot for a 4 and do something like this. Or maybe you unfortunately got less than a 3 and you got a 2 or a 1. And you can go back and redo it so that you can bump up your grade. Remember, you always want to do better than you can. So always make sure you're slowing down, reading the directions, and doing your absolute best. And if you are happy with your grade, then after this, you will move on to Lexia. All right, that's it for our reading lesson for today. Nice job, you guys. You did a lot better than you did the previous time, so keep it up.